We are the UGO, and we'll always save the day.
We will.
And if you think we can't, you're probably correct.
Okay, good.
Yes, it's the UGO podcast, and I'm in a gemful mood today.
Are you now?
Oh, yes, and who's in a gemful mood? Well, it's me, Nick the Merc with a mic, and my fellow apologist,
Travis.
And yes, we are going to be talking about Steven Universe today, which is why I'm such in a singing mood. Yeah. Which, a favorite show among ours, I know for sure, among many people, actually. Very popular show, and we haven't gotten to talk about it on mic for a while. But we have been keeping up.
Oh yeah, with the random schedule that is hard to find online and...
Okay, the worst things about this show are just like how hard it is to watch sometimes. It's just like, where are you?
We'll pay for it. We will. Just let us find it.
Just same day on Amazon or whatever, I'll pay like $5 a pop per episode. I swear to God, I'm a goddamn gem junkie. But yeah, of course, that's not the only thing we're going to be talking about today. We got some trailer talk to do, and of course, we got the geeky news to talk about, and a lot of ups and downs for the geek news this week. So gonna be real interesting. But as far as announcements go, because we got to go do those first. As always, we want to mention Isabella the Derpy Dragon was developed for us by the lovely Kelly Main. If you need some commission work done, some artwork done, she's definitely a great option for you to check out. The UGO above her, though, that UGO logo, whatever, that was developed for us by Tanner Hackle Designs, and he did some great graphics design work for us. If you need some, business cards or some other, like logo like you need for your Let's Play channel or something else like that, he's definitely a great option. And of course, if you want to help out the podcast at all, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. Maybe give us a 5-star review on iTunes. We will read it on the air word for word because we're so happy to get those reviews. We love them. Whatever goes in that review box, we'll read it on the air word for word. Like I don't care what it is. It could be a recipe for your grandma's banana bread.
Who would share that?
I'd be curious. I want to know Nana's Nana bread.
That seems like a family secret thing. They're gonna have to kill you if you read it.
The Nana bread.
Nana. Fat bread.
I love that was the thing we both thought of. I was just like, how do I turn that into a Batman pun?
Just force it in.
Nanner. Sweet Jill. Holy costume, Barty, my collaborative co-host. Of course, I want to mention that we're going to be at Anime Austin in about 2 weeks. It's going to be real fun. It's going to be the June, or maybe more like 3 weeks, but we will be in Austin.
We'll be in Austin
by 2 weeks. Because we'll be there for the anime convention, Anime Austin, which is the June 16th to the 18th, but we'll be there from the 12th starting, because we're going to take a week and just take in the sights, hang out with some other podcasters, get some other collaborative stuff done. It's going to be real fun. And then after that we have Let's Play, which is going to be at the end of June.
Right.
It's going to be the end weekend of June. I don't have the exact dates in front of me, but
it's like the last weekend leading into July.
Yeah, and it's going to be like something the end of June to July 1st, I think, is the Sunday that's going to be on. And that we're going to be special guests there, so that's pretty cool. Then Katsudakon after that.
And that one's still in July, or is that August?
That one's July.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's July.
Do we have one in August too?
Yeah, we got one in August. We got GeekCon in August. So we're gonna be busy. You're just lucky because I decided not to do Anime Midwest this year.
Oh, thank you.
Which have been right in between Anime Austin and Let's Play.
I will have so much vacation time, dude.
Yeah, but so definitely if you're in any of those areas, either Texas in the Austin area, definitely look us up at Anime Austin, or if you are in the Greenberry area, or Appleton in Wisconsin, you can always look us up at, because I think the Let's Play one is in Appleton,
Right.
where Katsunicon used to be, and then see us at Katsunicon's new location in our hometown, Green Bay. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be real fun. And with that, let's just get into it. How you been, buddy?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, you been good?
I've been playing a PS2 game, so that's fun.
You got that Star Ocean madness again.
Oh yeah, Star Ocean 3. If you're not a fan of JRPGs, don't play that game. It's bullshit. I love it.
All that ocean stuff you play. You not seasick at all? No,
Nope.
You got. I've been playing a video game as well. I've been playing Friday the 13th.
Those seem interesting.
Yeah, it's that Kickstarter game. I'm a little bit obsessed. The thing about it is just that the servers are complete shit right now.
Like any multiplayer game like that tends to have that at first.
So you're going to be spending a lot of your time just looking for sessions, like session refresh.
Yeah.
Like that's the most of my time I've spent in that game. And then I'm not sure if it's worth the full $40 that it is, because it only has like 3-4 maps, and you get to play as a bunch of different counselors and like maybe 5 different versions of Jason. And it's fine and everything. I'm like, maybe I don't know if they'll support it with DLC later. I'll totally play a Jason X level. I'm gonna put that out right now.
The space map.
I will totally play it. Well, the thing is that me and my little brother were playing this together. Shout out to Jake. We were kind of like switching off playing between counselors, because you gotta wait to play as Jason, because it's just basically like it's one out of the 8 of you is going to play as Jason, and of course you can put your preference to like, hey, either you prefer to play as Jason, one of the counselors, or you don't care, like you put it in between.
So everyone wants to be Jason.
But I have a hard time figuring out who wouldn't just pick that Jason thing just to increase your odds to play as Jason.
Like,
so
it's not like some games where it's like, oh, I actually like being support class. This would be like, no, I don't like being the useless class.
Well, the thing about it is that, Jason is very overpowered to the other counselors, although it's definitely not impossible to get away. I've actually survived the night multiple times. But where this game shines really is where you get to play as Jason, which I did get to play like 3 times over the course of, I don't know how many hours I've put into it so far. I got to play as Spear Jason from like part 6. And I like Spear Jason because he has the longest ranged melee weapon. Plus his teleport abilities, or one of his teleporters, his shift ability, I think it is, respawns the fastest. So, but some of the Jasons can run, but some of them can't.
Okay.
My Spear Jason can't run. He's got a little bit of gimp problem. He's got some gout.
You got the range, so you had to give up something.
Yeah. It is really fun to hunt down these unsuspecting victims as Jason. Like, it's like sadistically weirdly fun. And you get a bunch of different, like, you can unlock a bunch of different kills to do it with, like, different grab kills. And of course, they can shoot you like with a gun or hit you with a baseball bat to try and get you down, but like you just kind of fall down, but you're going to get back up and eventually because you're Jason. It's actually real fun. I had one time you need to get the gas and the battery and the keys to start the car, right? So I'm in the 4-seater car and I got the keys, so I'm in the driver's seat and I kick it on. And I'm driving with 3 passengers, and I even have one guy directing me where to go, like, okay, take this left, take this right, and we're trying to avoid Jason, and I swerve around him a couple times, but he keeps teleporting in front of us, and at one time he does get up in front of the car, and if he's in front of the car, he just slams down in the front of it,
that makes sense.
And disables that shit. So the other 3 guys, they make this valiant sacrifice because one of them screams, "Just restart the car, we'll get out and distract him." And all 3 of them get out and start beating on Jason with melee weapons.
That's awesome.
And I start the car, and I see Jason grab one of them, and I just fucking take off.
Wow, what a dick.
I know. I was so bad. Look, okay. I'm gonna be completely honest. I got really scared. Okay. And I tried to stop right at the edge of the map. So that the other guys could catch up, get into the car really fast, and then we could inch over the final like 3 inches,
right.
So that we could, we technically all get out of there. But I went too far, and I just escaped, and I left everyone there. So with the 4-seater car, I managed to save myself.
Wow, you're a terrible person.
So I didn't have my mic on, so I wasn't. I did not get a chance to explain myself at all. But everyone else had their mics on. And when you escape or die, you get to hear everyone in the map. You get to hear everyone's mic, and everyone was like, "Viper, fuck you!" Like my
PSN name.
PSN name is Viper Strike 17. By the way, if anyone wants to hit me up,
I think if people want to hit you,
I got I'm obviously a great friend to have for multiplayer matches. They were screaming, they were yelling so hard. Jake thought it was hilarious. Jake thought it was so funny. I had one guy, Bomberman something or whatever, and he really took it personally. I'm like, I'm gonna grab a posse and we're gonna hunt you down the next game. And the thing about it is, the game sessions, like, they suck so much that I actually did stick around for the next game. I did stick around for the next couple games because I didn't know if I got kicked out of that lobby. I didn't know when the next time I was going to play the game. So I'm like, maybe I can play. I actually did get to play the next round. And I got caught as Jason I got caught by Jason right away. But then I got to play as Tommy Jarvis, which is a hunter you get to play as if someone calls you in.
Okay.
And he gets like a gun and he's got better stats than everybody else. So I managed to survive that one just because like, I have the best character with all the stats and stuff. But then, me and Jake are switching off, right? So I hand him the thing for the next one. Like, okay, you go and do this. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. And I get back, and Jake's in the middle of this circle of all the counselors, and they're all, like, baiting him, like, hey, Viper, you remember the fucking car? Do you remember that goddamn car 2 games ago? And basically, they pin Jake in the middle of the map, and wait, and just pin him there, and have, like, and summon Jason for it to come and get him.
That's awesome.
So, what was great about that is because I wasn't even playing. No. Jake was playing. Jake laughed the whole time. Jake thought it was the funniest fucking thing in the world. He's like, this was totally worth it for me not playing for like 20 minutes.
Oh, just the amount of pettiness.
I really wish I was recording it.
That would have been pretty good.
I would have been like, fuck, that would have been so hilarious. But we might play that for a Let's Play at some point as well. Because it's a lot easier to, team up and fight people.
Right.
Like, Jason, like, the thing about it is you can melee Jason, but unless you get him right, like, when you're supposed to, he's just gonna grab you. If you are grabbed, you do have your allies do have a chance to kind of, like, get you out of it if you're around.
Right.
So it does help to work together. The problem is that a lot of the ways to get out are usually, like, it's a 2-seater car, or the boat, which only has two seats in it.
But not the 4-seater.
Yeah. Oh, and you think Jason teleports fat? Like, his teleport thing is like this first-person shift thing, and that's pretty cool. But he moves super fast when he's in water. Like,
really?
He like can move, like he moves underwater like super fast.
I'm
like,
just imagining Jason being part mermaid, and it's kind of hilarious.
Well, the thing is about it is that the game always hides his motions and stuff. Like, say he teleports in front of somebody, instead of him clipping into the game, anyone who's around Jason, their camera will do that found footage static thing and go and distort.
It's a good workaround.
And it hides the seams of, Jason teleporting in front of people.
Right.
And then if you are traveling fast underwater, it only shows the top of the water. Like, it doesn't even show Jason at all. So my guess is that you're just like, your Jason avatar is just fucking sailing in the static position underneath the water. Like, it probably looks really weird.
That's
but
funny.
you don't get to see it because it's all over the top. So
right.
It's pretty cleverly hidden. I don't know. I think that the game's pretty enjoyable. Like, even if you are just playing as the counselors, you can have a lot of fun. Like, it is really fun. Like, the first time you start up the car and you're like, okay, I got to start the car, and then you finally get away. You get away, but you have to like avert Jason at the last second to get out of the way. Like, oh fuck! I already drove a car and like saved I saved like 3 other people. That's like half. I saved half the people on the map. And we got away, and I was like, fuck yeah! It was real fun.
And there's the time you only saved yourself.
Yeah. it was really funny. But yeah, that's those are gaming adventures. Apparently, you getting in that Star Ocean and me like drowning people in a lake. So that's pretty
lots of fun.
Yeah, lots of fun to be had. Yeah, so we want to get just into the news then?
Sure.
All right, let's get into some geek news. Let's start off with something positive.
Okay, because we have some negatives.
Yeah, because we got the Punisher series is arriving in November, says the director. So we have an official release date.
Happy Thanksgiving to us.
So that is good news for Netflix. Some bad news for Netflix is that they have canceled Sense8. After 2 seasons. And
apparently dropped that news on the first day of like National Pride Day, or a month or whatever.
Look, I think we have a statement from the vice president of Netflix regarding the Sense8, which I think he's direct quoted as saying, after 23 episodes, 16 cities, and 13 countries, the story of Sense8 cluster is coming to an end. Well, you mean it came to an end? It's all over. It's all on Netflix now. It's over. It's over, Johnny. It's over. It is everything we and the fans dreamed it would be: bold, emotional, stunning, kick-ass, and outright unforgettable. Never has there been a more truly global show with an equally diverse and international cast and crew, which is only mirrored by the connected community of deeply passionate fans all around the world. We thank Lana, Lily, Joe, and Grant for their vision, and the entire cast and a crew for their craftsmanship and commitment. Thank you for being part of our journey, Sense8's forever. So yeah, that's well, I'm sorry, he's the Netflix VP of original content. Cindy Holland. So she is. I did not see that. I don't know how many different departments there are at Netflix. So yeah, that's a bummer for anyone who's big fans of Sense8. I know we really liked the first season. We haven't even get a chance to caught up on season 2 yet.
Yeah, which I guess now doesn't really matter.
And look, I'll play devil's advocate here. Since I don't see the numbers for Sense8. I know it's got a strong, LGBTQ fan base.
Obviously.
I mean, but that doesn't immediately translate into huge numbers.
No.
I would say that even if it is successful, maybe it's not, Marvel Netflix show or Orange is the New Black or even, the new Twin Peaks successful. And maybe they have to factor in their cost. And let's say I don't know how much Sense8 costs.
That
either.
show probably costs a lot.
That show, I can only guess at how much it costs, and the cost is probably exorbitant because they shoot on location. They have 13 characters that they have to fly around everywhere to get in that main location. They have to keep continuity completely straight of like who's wearing what when they're in two completely different cities, and they switch around before. The show is complex, and it's a complex not only story, but it's complex to shoot.
Right.
And that complexity comes with a price tag on it. I mean, there's a reason one of the characters was in prison for almost all of the last season.
Because it made it easier.
It was like, oh, no, we can have a prison cell and we don't have to fucking go anywhere for it.
Well, she doesn't go, but she's going to appear everywhere else anyway.
Yeah, but it eliminates one of the rotating locations that we don't have to, do stuff for. And, yeah, it's, they not only have to keep that cost in mind, but what I will say though is that dropping that news on the first day of Pride Month, I mean, you could have waited or dropped it or said it earlier. It's weird. Now look, the marketing department, they could have easily just not known, which I mean, I didn't know.
Well, let's face it, there's so many days and months you can count so that But that's kind of a big one where it's just like, nah, maybe the fact that that's the most well-liked part of the show is its diverse cast means you shouldn't pay a little attention.
Yeah, I would. Well, I mean, if I was canceling a big show that was popular with the fan base, I might do a little research to like, okay, when's the easiest time to probably drop this news on people.
Or at least just not when's the worst.
Yeah, so that is a bummer. Should we move on to something that is not quite a bummer?
Sure.
Because I don't know how much we were excited for the Power Rangers movie, but Power Rangers 2 may yet happen thanks to toy sales.
Really?
Well, that's toys. What killed Young Justice might save Power Rangers 2.
Odd. I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't feel great about it because that makes me feel like it's going to be a Transformers sequel than anything. And I'm like, let me give it straight. I actually kind of liked the new Power Rangers movie, probably because my expectations were so low.
It's true.
But the thing I hated about it the most was the designs of everything.
Well, just all the suits.
No, just the suits, the robots, the giant robot that they form,
Megazord,
the ship. Rita's design is pretty okay. It's like the best thing out of it.
Her fact that she's chewing scenery and she knows it.
Yeah, but her design, like the way she actually looks, she's still a little busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically everything.
Okay.
I hate, man, I really, that's like the one thing about that movie that I'm just like, why did Transformers influence all of this? Like, I hate how busy every fucking thing is. Yeah. But, we should talk about another surprise revival. We got Edge of Tomorrow 2.
Yes, that's right.
So, it's going to conclude the series, which is probably the first time I've heard of a just straight-up sequel concluding the series. And do you want to take a guess at the title? Because apparently...
Something forgettable?
Yeah, because apparently it's not going to be Edge of Tomorrow 2. They are actually, it's currently known as Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat. Because remember when they made
I'm never going to remember what fucking title they used for these movies.
Remember when the DVD of the movie came with Edge of Tomorrow really small on the bottom, and then in big fucking letters was Live, Die, Repeat. And it was just because they tried to rebrand that movie. It's like, guys, it's too late. You called it Edge of Tomorrow. I don't understand what you were thinking about because it's an awful title.
Wasn't there a third title?
Well, the title of the original anime it's based off of is All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't know what All You Need Is Kill. I don't know what All You Need is Kill. I don't know what that means, but I know I would watch that movie.
Well, it's still more memorable than Edge of Tomorrow.
Almost everything is so generic. That is exciting for me because I really like that movie.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
I like sci-fi action Groundhog's Day. That was fun. Another revival we can get behind about
Zombie Day.
It's yes, and Thriller.
Wait, Michael Jackson's coming back?
But no, we have something almost as good. We have the Animaniacs TV show. The reboot of it is in the works.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So. Yeah, that is exciting. I know that's a very popular show, especially with us 90s kids. With those crazy Warner Brothers and their Warner sister Dot.
And the squirrel and the chipmunk and the doctor and Hello Nurse and...
Hello Nurse! And then, of course, Pinky and the Brain. Basically, Rob Paulson's claim to fame.
Right.
I don't know if he would have. I don't know what career he would have if he didn't play, Pinky and Yakko from the show.
No clue.
So apparently Steven Spielberg and company, the original creators, are in talks to, bring it back after about 20 years.
Yeah.
Since the last show aired. So yeah, that's the thing. Pretty cool. I'm super excited about this. This actually makes a lot more sense to me. Like, I should say that it makes, like, all other reboots now make more sense to me. Like, oh, well, if we're rebooting everything, then we can get this too. So I don't care if we get a shitty RoboCop or, Dr. Dolittle reboot or whatever the fuck it is. That has me pretty excited.
Though you do realize it means they're going to have to redo the country song.
Yeah, they're going to have to redo it.
And, like, reboot that, because that's changed a bit.
Yeah, they'll change around. Well, I remember even when the original one it was a big deal that Germany was now in one piece.
Mm-hmm.
In Germany, now in one piece. Man, I love that song. It's a super fun song. With that, we have, we haven't talked about Wonder Woman yet.
Mm-hmm.
We'll hopefully have a review up by the time this is up as well. Spoiler alert, we cared for it.
I liked it.
We liked it. And now I'm seeing everyone in their stupid, like, everyone's got a damn think piece on, like, what Wonder Woman means for the DC universe, and I'm already sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like...
It's been a day.
Well, then I think one of my least favorite ones is, does Wonder Woman review prove a DC movie bias, or do Wonder Woman movie reviews prove DC movie bias? Where because critics liked Wonder Woman, they're trying to prove that they're not biased by liking a DC film, but it just proves they're biased because it's just the film that they've wanted for so long, and it's like, why are you making it that like it weird that we want a good movie?
Yeah.
But that's not what a lot of people are saying, because there's still people who defend the DC movies based off of just they made money, so they couldn't have been too awful. People went to go see them, and I'm like, yeah, people go see the Transformers movies, and those things are pieces of shit.
Yep.
Okay. Sometimes people go see bullshit. All right.
I've actually stopped quite a few people from watching Batman vs. Superman because of my opinion of it.
It is... Look, it's not that a fact that... It really isn't the fact that people are Marvel fanboys or everything. It's that those films don't have narrative focus. Mm-hmm. They're narratively and editing-wise messes. Yeah. They violate movie rules without basically... giving anything in exchange for said violations. Yeah, anyway, that's not the only thing that Wonder Woman's had been dealing with. The fact if she's legitimately good, or is her movie legitimately good, or is it just a DC movie bias, whatever the hell it is.
Well, I can point this out. I don't give a fuck if people know if they think I'm biased about DC movies or not, or I'm a Marvel fanboy. I liked Wonder Woman because it was a good movie.
Yeah, well, and then it's like, it's just proving your bias. Like, okay, I don't like it. What the fuck do you want? Jesus. What can I say? I like movies with 3-act structures and with people that talk normally, rather than fucking pontificating about stupid shit. But you know what? Apparently it's gonna be the Wonder Woman. She's not allowed in Israel. It's not gonna be. I'm sorry, not gonna be allowed in Lebanon. That's right, because of their Israeli star, who Gal Gadot, who actually I did not know this. She actually served in the Israeli military.
Really?
Yeah. Which actually makes a little more sense to me given her physicality in the movie. So I can actually see that. But it sounds like there might be kind of a
backlash.
Well, no, there's some sort of precedent for, like, some other movies have been, banned in the past, but they've had, like, a stay on them from giving some sort of ruling or whatever. Like, this might get, it won't stay out of Lebanon forever. Like, they'll never get to see it. Like, they actually, no, it'll come to them eventually. It just might take a little bit longer. So, there's that. We have Kristen Dunst is throwing some shade here, talking about more superhero stuff.
Okay.
Well, we talked about the strong, female superhero role model. So I decided we needed to counterbalance that with someone being really bitchy.
Nice.
So she had this to say about the new. She was asked her opinion of the new Spider-Man Homecoming film of the MCU. The latest of the Spider-Man reboots. We've already seen one Sony reboot before, and her response was unequivocally negative, as the article reads. Her direct quote is, quote, "We made the best ones, so who cares?" I'm like, you make it all you want. They're just milking that cow for money. It's so obvious. You know what I mean?
No,
wow.
No, I don't.
So yeah, that was really snobby. I'm gonna say that right now. Now look, I can see why, like, you know, you might not, maybe she's getting sick of asking, like, look, I was in the first Spider-Man movies. It wasn't as big a deal then, and it's not as big a deal for me that I was in them, so maybe stop asking me about them. But then again, there's there's a little bit of sense of arrogance in there of like, well, we made the best one. So then again, maybe it was more like this is a quote I'm reading. So maybe in the, like, if there was a video or if it was audio recording, maybe it sounded more tongue-in-cheek and more like she was making fun of it.
Maybe.
But it comes off really cold just as a read of just like, wow, really? So all other interpretations of Spider-Man are now pointless. Wow. You think that your films were all that they were flawless, that there's no improvement to be made.
Oh boy.
Kristen Dunst. And I know she wasn't, which is weird because I know she was not happy with her portrayal of Mary Jane in the third film. Rightly so, because Mary Jane is not portrayed very well in the third film. So that is interesting to me that, you know, that, but maybe there was just a question that caught her at the wrong time. So I don't know. I don't think I'll hold it against her too much, but
I mean, it wouldn't matter if you did.
But you know, Shade Throne, Homecoming. You got some stuff to prove now. Okay, here's a good story. That is going to be in a really like dumb like slap fight. You know that the Mummy movie is supposed to kick off this thing called the Dark Universe, right? Yeah. Well, apparently that title is getting they're going to get sued now. Yeah, by Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Because no, we do Dark Universes. But actually, that is kind of the reasoning.
Really?
Well, their Justice League Dark movie, you remember that one that's been in like development hell ever since they started this whole fucking DC universe?
Yeah.
Apparently
Wait, they started DC universe?
But the thing is that movie's unofficial title has been Dark Universe.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know how copyright works. If they had the title copyrighted, they probably do have a claim.
Yeah.
But if their claim is that, hey, we were making this and you stole that title from us, you've been making it for you've been making it forever. Like ever since the first Man of Steel, a little bit after that. Like ever since the first rumorings of Batman vs Superman, you've been saying Justice League Dark movie. I remember when it was supposed to be directed by fucking Guillermo del Toro, back when he was attaching himself to every fucking project. And yeah, I just you gotta make the movie, just Warner Brothers. So shut up, call it something else. Dark Universe is a stupid title.
A little bit, yeah.
Dark Universe, that's dumb. Why are you fighting over something that's dumb? Fight over a better title, like All You Need Is Kill. Or Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat. God, it's so fucking stupid. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for news today.
I did have one.
Oh, did you have one?
Yeah. So, you do know about the whole Final Fantasy VII being remade, right?
Yep.
Okay. Would you like to take a guess as to what game studio is developing it?
The game studio that always develops it, Square. Okay, so it's not Square.
No.
My next guess would be the studio that does all the sequels that no one cares about, which would be Obsidian.
I'm not sure if this is better or worse than that. No, apparently, well, this has now changed apparently, but originally it was being made by CyberConnect 2.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, actually, you've played some of their games.
Have I?
Yeah, because they've made all the Dot Hack games and pretty much every Naruto game.
Oh, okay. I have played some of their games.
And that's pretty much it.
All right. So, wait a minute. Oh, so they passed that shit off.
Yeah. They took one of the most anticipated remakes of, well, basically since we started realizing we could remake games, and gave it to a company that has, like, no merit holding it.
Oh, that game's fucked.
Well, apparently they kind of must have realized, because I wasn't paying that much attention to this game, to begin honest, because I don't have that high of expectations for it to begin with.
Sure.
But then I just saw an article the other day that said, like, hey, Final Fantasy VII Remake is being moved back in-house. And I was just like, it wasn't to begin with? What? So I started doing digging. Yeah, yep, no, it was originally being sent out to CyberConnect 2, and now it's apparently now back in-house.
Wow, well, that does not bode well.
Not particularly. But hey, they have the actor that played Cloud in the Advent Children movie, so woohoo.
Yeah, I don't know how much hope I will. Look, I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, but I know that if my favorite franchise was, let's say, the next Mass Effect game was not being developed by BioWare and was being developed by Obsidian, I'd go, well, writing that off. That's over. But yeah, I had this one news story here, but I wasn't sure if this was true or not. Apparently, is Netflix doubling down, like, since net neutrality, are they supporting the new laws of deregulating net neutrality?
That'd be weird.
Well, it might actually work out for them because they're a little bit bigger now. And the FCC's decision of getting rid of net neutrality laws, it will work out for the biggest people, like True. Google, Facebook. And I know Mark Zuckerberg's all for it still because he's a fucking douchebag. Don't run for president, you fucking asshole.
Well, I mean, if it's him over Trump,
still, he's kind of an actual sociopath rather than a dotty old racist. Because they made a movie about you, guy, and not to spoil it or anything, but you were the bad guy in it.
Yeah,
you weren't the good guy.
No, anyone who's against net neutrality laws, just, you're a dick.
Well, that and you probably got money.
Yeah, which makes you a dick.
Speaking of dicks, there's a lack of them at some Austin movie screenings. We didn't talk about this on mic, right?
I don't think so.
No, so, and this has been a controversy over like the last week and a half or so, is this Wonder Woman screenings. And I think I have to give this the Internet Award for dumbest thing to be mad about on the internet.
This
Yay! This week. So some people are mad that there's woman-only screenings going on in the Alamo Drafthouse of Wonder Woman, and not the fact that they get to see it first because it happens 2 weeks after the Wonder Woman comes out. Not the fact that they've closed it down so no one will they get to see a different version of the film. They're seeing the same one. It's just that this one
has no dicks in it.
It's going to have all female attendees. It's going to be staffed by females because they come from because Wonder Woman comes from an island full of Amazonian women. There's no dudes there, so the Draft House, which is a really cool theater chain in Austin that we are probably going to visit while we're there, does some neat theme things for when they do screenings of stuff. They have Lord of the Rings with Hobbit breakfast where they serve like 9-course meal during the Lord of the Rings to you.
I believe that it's long enough for that.
They serve you second and third breakfast during the movie.
That's awesome.
It's just a thing that they do. So there's literally nothing to be mad about, guys.
I guess my only concern would actually be how they would treat transgender women.
It says if you identify as women, you get to go.
Bingo! Problem solved.
Which I guess if you are feel super secluded, I don't know, I get you post-op, you can go. Just commit. You know, how much do you want to get into this one woman-only screen? How much does it matter to you? So if this matters to you and you are upset about this, normally I'm pretty fair as to try and see things from people's perspective on why they'd be mad about this. I've racked my brain for like a day and a half trying to think of why a reasonable person would be mad about this, and they wouldn't. You're not reasonable. You're an asshole. And if you're listening to this and you think like, wait a minute, I thought like it. No, I don't care. Just stop listening because you're a fucking douchebag. The women can have a thing that's theirs, that is a space for them, that they have that they don't have to think about shit and just like, hey, I want to go see Wonder Woman, and there's not even gonna be any dudes there hitting on me or any shitty staff members that I have to deal with. It's just gonna be all women, a completely safe environment made for me.
A little island, if you will.
So, yeah, it doesn't matter how many fucking Facebook posts or Twitter posts you do about what if they did a man-only screening of Fast and the Furious.
There probably was.
Or a black-only screening of Get Out or whatever. It's like...
That sounds hilarious, actually.
Like, well, that would be one where I would actually be jealous that I wouldn't get to go. Like... But maybe... I was going to make a blackface joke, but no, let's get out of here before that. But, yeah, it's just... It's such a pointless thing to be mad about, and the only thing is that if you are mad about it, you are somewhere deep inside you are jealous the fact that someone gets to have a thing and that they get to be treated fairly and equally just like you. It's not the fact that someone gets something more than you. You hate the fact that women are being treated equally. That is the deep-rooted... if you're upset about it, that's where it comes from.
Because you're a bigot.
So you need to fucking figure that shit out if you're upset about this. Because that's where it leads, logically. There's no other reasonable explanation. Mm-hmm. You just don't like women very much then. Because you can't even let them have this thing. And
maybe if this is how you really feel, you shouldn't be watching Wonder Woman in the first place.
And I'll tell you what, I bet you they'd be glad to let you in on the Wonder Woman, the woman only screening as soon as they get paid the same rate as men, or maybe get their childcare completely paid for by any workforce, any place that they work for. Or even their medical medical expense, like the birth control, like even their birth control being paid for, because that come on, man, that's regularly even that shit's not covered on a lot of stuff.
By the way, want to go use our medical insurance to go get Viagra after this?
Yeah,
because we can do that.
I don't even use it. I kind of just like popping it over the weekend and then just like, yeah, this is fun. I can hang a towel over it. You know what? I'm glad that we were getting a little too high on our high horse. I like that you brought it down to the dick level.
Of course.
Thank you for punching down for me. Normally I got to do that, but you know what? That's why you're a good co-host.
That's why I'm here.
You get down in the trenches with me like that. I like it. Oh yeah. By the way, Wonder Woman's a good movie. You should go see it.
Yes, unless you're into that kind of degrading women, then fuck off.
Well, if you're into degrading men, you might get off on this movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Steve Trevor gets a little emasculated a couple times.
And he likes it.
Man, okay, I wasn't going to bring it up. We'll wait for the review fully. But there's that scene where he's being wrapped up by the rope where he might be enjoying it a little too much. Mm-hmm. Like, do you get that feeling?
No, he pretty straight up says it.
And he's like, and the way I'm like, okay, is he getting off on... Okay, you know what, we'll save it for the review.
If you go into like the origins of Wonder Woman, it would make sense.
I know, I thought, I'm like, oh, this is art reflecting life right here. But with that, we'll go into a small musical break and we'll be back with the trailer talk right after this.
Hey there, have you heard about the infamous gem war? Well, it all started long before I was born. Thousands of years of fighting to protect the human race. It's been pretty tough keeping up the pace. Oh, I feel like I messed up. This magical destiny really kicked me in the butt. We've had some good times and some pretty bad luck, but we're still in this together and we're still not giving up. We're still not giving up. I'm still not giving up.
And we're back with the UGO podcast. I'm sorry, I know I scared you. I know you don't like those loud noises. You get scared. Travis is skittish. It's like he's like a doe. You're like a young deer.
Can be a fainting goat. That sounds fun.
A fainting goat. You don't want to do that, and then you get eaten by the T-Rexes in those movies. But yeah, we are back with some trailer talk. There's only gonna be 2 trailers today.
Okay.
But we got some good ones. We even got a video game trailer. We haven't watched one of those in a while.
No, well, there's a reason for that. But
let's start off with a movie trailer because we have the second trailer for the Hitman's Bodyguard. If we want to take a look at that,
all right.
That sounded pretty fun. We kind of like the first trailer, right?
Oh, we watched the second trailer already.
Did we watch the second trailer?
I think we watched that one last.
Let me see. Let's see if we can remember this one here.
This is Michael Bryce. I'm an executive protection agent. I've extracted my client. Cleanup is required. You might want to call the bomb squad. Make it the fire department.
Is that my car?
I'm afraid so. Have a seat. It's been a long day.
The trial continues.
One of the world's most brutal dictators.
With a key witness to testify. I can assure you, we're more than prepared for any assault.
Prepared for that assault, motherfucker?
When Kincaid is dead, you'll be paid in full.
Gary Oldman with an accent. Oh, you know the right way to my heart.
I have a job for you. The transport is in there.
What the
27 times. That's how many times this asshole's tried to kill me. 27. 28! You won't last 1 hour without me.
You gonna be a little bitch about it?
Tell us where your husband is.
You lost my husband? That is your job, motherfucker! The only way Bryce and Kincaid don't make it is if they kill each other first.
If you wouldn't mind, the gun.
Yo! You about done?
Okay, on 3. 1.
My bad.
You're bad.
No, when life gives you shit, you make Kool-Aid.
Life doesn't usually give you shit and then turn into a beverage.
Alright, so that was the second trailer for Hitman's Bodyguard. I got some things to say. One of them being that I did not know Gary Oldman was the bad guy in this.
Oh, here we go again.
And that he's doing an accent.
Ugh, Nick.
That is amazing.
Your accent fetish was weird.
No, okay. It's not like an actual sexual thing. Although Gary Oldman is a sexy man, I don't think that's an undeniable. Maybe not in The Fifth Element. He looks a little weird in that.
Well, I don't think we can blame anyone for The Fifth Element.
We can blame Luc Besson.
Yes.
I love the fact that he's gonna play a villain. I think I don't know if we'll be in for crazy Gary Oldman. He's been pretty mellow in his old age.
Sure.
I don't remember the last time he really gave a good old freak out, good old professional level freak out.
Well, it better
yeah.
be everything.
I kind of like the added story element of like, okay, so this hitman actually has gone up against this bodyguard guy, and like that's why they have contention. Is that he's probably killed a lot of his clients,
Yeah.
Or they've tried, they fought each other like conflicting because his thing is protection and he's a hitman. So like, oh yeah, they've probably run into each other before on different sides of the job, and now he's got to protect him. So that's pretty standard comedy stuff. I kind of like Selma Hayek in this, making her accent, making everything sound sexy, even motherfucker. That's your job, motherfucker. Maybe it's the Hamburglar. I'm just like, wow, I do not know even where that accent is from, but it is exotic, and I'm down with it. And she looks like she gets in on the action too.
No, she hits somebody with a fry pan.
She's nailing people in the face. So this one, I don't know, maybe it's because it's no, they did say fucking it, so it is a red band. I just felt like the last one was funnier, but this one is kind of gives more of the story.
Yeah, it's it's a bit more paced, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I know a little bit more about the story. I'm like, okay, this narratively making more sense to me. But as far as haha, funny, I'm like, oh man, I really can't wait to see this. Like, well, I'm still excited to see it because Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. I feel like that chemistry kind of that makes a movie itself.
Yeah, just seeing those two beat each other up and beat other people up, it's kind of gonna be fun.
Yeah, I would think that would be worth the price of admission right there. But yeah, there's some jokes that kind of fall flat in there, like the shit Kool-Aid joke.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess I don't get that or whatever it is.
Not a strong ending joke.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of to show Ryan Reynolds guileless of like, I don't know what the fuck that even means, so I guess I'll just kind of comment on it, and then hopefully we move on to something else. But yeah, I would say I'm still pretty much down for that. I forget when this one's going to be released, but hopefully not during like September or like the kind of the other dry, dumping months of movie releases. But yeah, should we watch our next one?
Sure.
This one's also causing controversy. 'Cause remember we talked about this last week, Far Cry 5.
Oh yes.
Because remember the poster or the art,
the Last Supper art.
Yeah, but now we have a trailer to go along with it.
Nice.
Yes, we do, and we're gonna watch that right now.
We must atone.
Something is coming. You can feel it, can't you? You can feel that we are creeping towards the edge. I know that you are out there. And I know that you are in pain. But my children, I'm here to tell you that suffering is a choice, and you can choose a better path. We want you, we accept you, and we will take you, willingly or not. And some of you may fight, but in the end, you will thank us. I am your father, and you are my children.
The end is upon us. I shall lead you to the gate. For you are my children, and I am your father.
Okay, so yes, that's the second or the first trailer we got for Far Cry 5. I'm not sure if it's got a subtitle or anything. They normally don't, but yeah. So this is it's gonna be in the heartland of I think Montana. We got set up with what seems like evangelical, crazy redneck priests. Yeah. They got this weird cult symbol, it's this cross thing, but also kind of looks like a not a swastika, but what's that German army kind of medal, the Medal of Honor thing that they have. It kind of looks like that. Yeah. But this game is probably going to be one of my most anticipated games because this is hilarious to me. I want to play Deliverance. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously they know the ridiculousness of it. They play that kind of the southern song over it and make it a little more silly. This one has been causing controversy over people of saying hey, I've seen everything from hey, it's not fair to be depicting Christians in this crazy redneck culty vibe thing. We don't like that.
That sucks.
And then there's people who just don't like the fact that hey, we're not too cool about playing a main character that just murders Americans the whole time. And
it's so good to murder other people.
Yeah, and I'm just this one is not as dumb as the Wonder Woman one, because I could see why you don't I can actually see why Christians don't want to be, especially if you are in a southern state. There already are a bunch of stereotypes against you, so propagating any stereotypes will probably is going to make some group of people mad. What I will say though is that, okay, cool, but you have to be mad every time anyone's stereotyped ever, not just you.
Right.
You can't be, Far Cry 3 was fun when I got to murder brown people, but now that I have to murder white people, I feel weird about it. No, I don't give you a pass on that.
No, you can't make it a zombie syndrome by changing someone's skin color. That's fucked up.
No, you either have to be down with murder or you're not. And cool if you're not. If you're not down, man, this makes me feel weird.
Good for you.
Cool, all right. that's fine. I mean, video games are probably not going to be a big thing for you. I mean, there's some you can play or whatever, but if Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4 didn't make you feel weird when you were killing browner people, or, you know, even like Far Cry 4 that was like in Himalayas or whatever, so I would say that says something weird about you. That, hey,
you're racist.
That, yeah, it's easier for you to kill people that are not, or, you know, not white. Again, you might want to look a little bit introspectively if this bothers you. But other stuff doesn't.
That's the main thing.
And I'm just like, yeah. So I won't go right off the bat if you were bothered by this, you're an asshole. Because there are, you know, people who are who legitimately are like religious organizations that like we don't like religion being the bad guys, and they've been known to stick up for other religions as well. I've seen some of those online.
Which case, fine.
Not everybody, but I've seen some people online who are like, we don't like it, the fact that religion is depicted as the bad guy. We do a lot of good works, and a lot of other religions do a lot of good works, and I have seen them stick up for other faiths, like even one I know stuck up for a Muslim faith as well at a certain point. So I'm like, okay, not all of these are baseless, but I would say a good majority of them probably are. I mean, I couldn't give you an exact ratio, but I'm like, yeah, I still feel like this is a lot of outrage for nothing. But yeah, I'm super excited because I kind of I liked Far Cry 3 because Voss was so scary.
Yeah. And
the fact that it puts you in a scenario, what if I was on a tropical island with the craziest motherfucker I've ever been in a room with, and it's like, you remember that scene where he's got that speech about the definition of insanity, and he just in the middle of it is just like, I don't like the way you're looking at me, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm sorry, dude. The camera won't let me move move away. I would, okay? I wouldn't maintain eye contact with you. I wouldn't even in a bar or anything, much less tied up. Yeah, I like the fact that the Far Cry games kind of make you feel uncomfortable with like this threat and this villain, and you know, it make you feel like, oh my god, this is super creepy, and I want to get out of here. And I feel like this one is way creepier to me than any of the other games, because this feels way fucking more real. Because this feels way too real to me.
If you go a little bit west, you probably hit where this game is.
So, like, if your whole thing of not wanting to play this game is that, this feels way too real, I can kind of get that. Because I even know towns that are like, they're taken over by fucking nationalist groups. Like,
yeah.
they just take over like small towns of like, say, a couple hundred people, and they're just like, yeah, we're gonna move here and basically kind of just terrorize people, and because there's nothing they can do about it. Like, that's a thing that still happens, like in the deep south and in these wildernessy areas where there's just not a lot. And then that's the fact that it's just, you're so far away from civilization, there's just not a lot of people.
Right.
I like that one where the guy's running in the field trying to get away from a bear.
That's not gonna work, dude.
I'm like, oh, you're screwed. Like, maybe if there was a tree around, depending on what type of bear it is. But if you're just out in the open field or whatever, and you got a bear on your ass, like, nah, you're screwed. But yeah, I really can't wait to see what the crazy villains are on this one, because you know they got some neat, nasty villains up their sleeve on this shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
Some crazy sons of bitches. I want to see Redneck Voss. I want to see that shit. I want to see it real bad. How about you, buddy? You down for this?
Well, I've never actually played much of any of the Far Cry games, so
sure.
I would have to wait and see, I guess. It does seem interesting. I'll give you that.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it on a Let's Play if we can do it together. Probably that'll be a fun one. So yeah, I guess a lot to be mad about if you're a white dude today.
We were both white dudes.
Yeah, but we're cool.
Oh, okay.
We're two of the good ones, Travis.
Is that how it works, Nick?
Yeah, that's not racist.
No. I think that's not racist as much as bigoted, but.
No, you two are alright. You're a credit to we're a credit to our race. I've heard that before. We're a credit to white people.
Such a low bar.
Man, it even sounds weird when you're saying it about white people, and that it's. But yeah, moving on from racial topics, like, do you want to we just take a break and we'll be back with our main subject? Will be Steven Universe right after this.
All right.
We'll be back right after this.
Can't you see it in our eyes? We're the one, 2, 3, 4. We're not like the other guys. We're not like anybody. By the way, don't go back in time, or you'll destroy yourself. Steven and the crystal gems, we're gonna make you smile. I've accidentally created an alternate timeline. Steven and the crystal gems, come on now, don't be shy. I learned to stay true to myself by watching myself die.
And welcome back to the UGO podcast. And yes, we are finally going to be talking about some Steven Universe today.
Woo.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Yeah, so we...
Things happened.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is just going to be a catch-up of Steven Universe, full of spoilers and stuff. So if you have not watched the show...
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, just turn this episode off now, because we're going to be spoiling stuff, and definitely go watch Steven Universe, please. We would very much appreciate any continued support of that show, and then if you like it, you maybe come back and listen to this episode again. But the more important part is watch Steven Universe. You gotta fuck off from this episode and just watch Steven Universe. You only got time for one, do the Steven Universe thing. That's how much I love this show. Alright. So, last time we left off, because we've talked about Steven Universe before.
Yeah.
I think last time we left off on episode 120, which was Storm in the Room, where Steven had made a rose quartz simulation in his mom's room, where he got to make up stuff, and he had to go through some psychological shit in that.
Yeah.
So you know what? Why don't we break it down just quick, like kind of a quick synopsis of like what our quick thoughts were on episode by episode, and kind of bring it down, and because I like the pacing of, you know, the end of season 4 to the beginning of season 5, which we have now reached, which is super weird. But here's the next episode after that was Rocknaldo, which was a Ronaldo episode.
So who cares?
So who gives a shit? Okay, so maybe not everything about Steven Universe is perfect, because Ronaldo, like, whenever there's a Ronaldo episode, I'm just going like, oh, well, I guess I'm waiting until next week.
Yep. Basically, Ronaldo and Lars was like, I don't really care about you two.
Until Lars later.
All right.
You know, maybe they'll do the similar thing with Ronaldo, but we'll get to that. Ronaldo decides to join the Crystal Gems, but he, through his own self-centered attitude, Steven loses his patience with him, and he basically kind of sets Ronaldo straight. Now, this episode, like, there's no bad episode of Steven Universe. So even in this episode, there's a redemption in. And what's the redemption in this episode?
Steven tells him off.
Is that Steven finally fucking snaps and tells Ronaldo, no, this whole time I've been trying to think about, like, why I haven't been open, if I haven't been open enough to accept you, but no, you're the asshole. And I'm just like, yeah, Steven.
About fucking time.
Let him have it.
Because Ronaldo is an asshole.
Yeah. And I love the fact that he was like, it's kind of like this whole thing of like Ronaldo being so sensitive of like, oh, I can't believe you wouldn't listen to me or whatever, like, oh, my opinions matter too, and like, yeah, but you are the classic type of person who will whine about not being listened to and then continue to not listen to anyone else whenever the thing has a chance. He is such a fucking
he needs a fedora.
He's a narcissist of just like of the greatest proportion. If it's not concerning him or his fucking blog or whatever, he just does not give a shit. But yeah, that was a Ronaldo episode, so whatever.
That's a short one.
Anyway, the next one was Tiger Philanthropist, a sequel to the Tiger Millionaire episode, where Amethyst and Steven, they're still doing the wrestling thing.
Apparently. Where
this town, I don't know about Beach City, but apparently has fucking underground, like, backyard wrestling matches with fucking, like, themes, and, you know, and people have outfits and theme music, and it's weird. And, yeah, so Amethyst kind of quits because she's like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this. I kind of got everything I wanted out of it, but it's cool if you still want to do it, Steven. And...
Steven doesn't take that well.
Steven is like, what do I do? I'm Tiger Millionaire. I'm kind of this evil guy. Like, can I be the same thing without my, my co-pilot? And so he kind of, he's like, well, I guess I'll quit too. And like, we'll go on a big blaze of glory. And, we'll cause I don't know if I want to do it without Amethyst. And then Lars, Tiger Millionaire's biggest fan.
Somehow.
Which is great because Lars is like Steven's, not quite bully, but like, kind of
the closest thing.
I guess it would be the closest thing. He's kind of this douchey kind of like acquaintance of Steven's that was always kind of putting him down.
Everyone else in the show loves Steven, and then there's Lars.
Yeah. And then Lars is like, I love Tiger Millionaire, which is the ultimate irony, and it's like, if Tiger Millionaire, if Pink Puma or whatever the Amethyst name was, if she wanted to quit, I don't see why Tiger Millionaire had to quit. Like maybe he could just try something new, try something different. And Steven's like, yeah, you know what? Tiger Millionaire should look into doing new stuff.
And this is where Steven learns another lesson. Don't listen to Lars.
Don't listen to fans. Guess what? Like that's what great is that all Steven Universe episodes have an underlying thematic message to them. And this one is that sometimes fans don't know what they want, and if you try and appease fans too much, you can you'll be chasing.
You won't make anyone happy.
You'll be just chasing a pipe dream. And I love that because Steven is just like, he becomes Tiger Philanthropist, and he changes his character up so that he can do it himself. Like, yay, this character is a little more like me, and now it's different, and I'm more invigorated, and I'm creatively inspired to keep going with this character. And rather than embrace that change, Lars is like, oh, well, I liked it better when Steve was a douchebag. It's like, but you're the one that said I should try new stuff. and Lars is like, yeah, but he didn't have to do that much. I'm like, man, fuck you, Lars.
Again, this is more fuck fans than fuck Lars.
Yeah. Well, it's not like it's addressing any one fan in particular. Like, it's not attacking Steven Universe fans or any fans in particular.
Just fans in general.
You know those people, right? Like, it's kind of targeting the Tumblr people that are like, get super mad. Like, it's basically the dude that has his that's holding the Voltron photo op stuff ransom for his ship, his gay ship. Like, he wants that to be canon. He's holding us hostage for that. They're making fun of those people.
Yeah.
Of just like, you are impossible to please, okay? So, yeah, that was fun. We have Room for Ruby, which Navy, the belly button Ruby, actually crashes back down to Earth. Says she wants to join up with the Crystal Gems.
I love this episode so much.
And this one is great because we get Lapis and Peridot again.
Yep.
The greatest gay couple ever.
Yes.
Well, no, second greatest because we have Ruby and Sapphire, but we get to see Peridot and Lapis interact more.
Right.
But yeah, so I love this because Lapis and Steven gives the whole pitch to Lapis like, hey, she's just like you guys. She used to be a villain. She needs some help, to become part of the team and become part of the crew, just like you guys were. Like, don't you think we should give her that chance? And when he lays it out like that, it's kind of hard for you to go like, fine.
Well, it's funny too because Peridot's all like, yeah, sure, that's fine, whatever.
I know. And Lapis is just like, I guess when you put it like that, I guess I'm kind of a douchebag for not giving her the same chance that I got. But then it's great because when the Ruby, or Navy as she's called, when she is super accepting of everything and everything comes easy to her, Lapis gets more and more fucking frustrated because that shit just does not come easy to her, and she just gets like, oh, fuck this bitch, I hate her.
But she keeps thinking there's something wrong with her for not liking Navy.
I know, and it's all introspective to Lapis's character of just like, what is wrong with me that I can't be happy for another person being happy? Like, I'm mad that this other person is having a good time because I had a hard time. That kind of makes me a shitty person, but yet I don't know how to reconcile that. And then it ends on this great note where the Navy fucking betrays them.
Just for the ship.
Yeah, and it was like, and it was fun because I actually did not see it coming because I'm like, I guess it could go either way because the rubies have been shown to be pretty dumb. Like, And then
Well, that's actually a fairly clever ploy for a Ruby.
And then when it finally gets betrayed, everyone is kind of like, wow, that's really sad. Except for Lapis, who's just got this big smile on her face like, I was fucking knew it. I called that shit. Man, fuck it. Like, she's so vindicated for having a reason to hate that chick. And I'm just like, you know what's great is that when Steven Universe, a show about animated alien rock women, monogendered rock women, it when it feels super real to me, because I feel like, man, that is a real moment. That is a moment that one of the writers had where they had with somebody and was just like, oh, God, I fucking hate this bitch, but I don't know why. So yeah, we go on to the next episode, which is Lion 4, alternate ending. Now, this is a heavy one, because we usually get, some fluff ones, and then we get a heavy and emotional, like, introspective one, episode, and then we usually get some plot episodes after that.
They come out of nowhere.
It's a process. So this one is Steven is searching for a secret message. Remember the tape that his mom left him about his about like her basically giving birth to him. It was the first time we saw Rose. So he's all about like this magical destiny that he has. Like, I just want to know what I'm supposed to do. Like, what am I like? Everyone's looking to me because I got the rose quartz gem. I'm supposed to be kind of like the leader or whatever, and I'm supposed to solve this conflict that my mother left kind of unsolved. So he's just kind of looking for like his grand destiny. If he was like in a fantasy RPG, so
right?
He's looking for his the big mission.
He wants to know why he's the BioWare main character.
Yeah, he's looking for his next. He's looking for his next story
quest.
Yeah, his next quest update. So yeah, what's great about this episode is that Lion is kind of leading him all over the place, going to different locations, trying to like lead Steven to what Steven thinks is his destiny. There's even a weird moment where he leads Steven to like a junkyard, and like, hey, this is all Rose's discarded things. And I'm just like, oh,
please don't go there. Please don't go there.
It's gonna be a little dark. Or like Lion thinks he's just another thing.
He's a trash.
Yeah, that'd be dark. But no, he leads him to another tape. And this one is the same tape, or almost the same tape as the one he received. But this one has a different name on it. And it's, I forget the name, Nora?
Yeah,
it was
like that.
Nora. And it's like, who's Nora? Am I my own sister? No, we just, and then his dad is like, no, we just didn't know if you were going to be a boy or a girl at the time. So we made 2 tapes. And then this one has a kind of a different ending too, where kind of, Rose kind of goes on this little rant of like how like I can't wait to see, I wish I could see who you are, who you're going to be, like what people are, how people are going to look at you and how much people are going to love you. And it's just super nice, and like, and it is tear inducing, and of course Steven cries. Yes. And I'm just like, oh good. And yeah, this one's main message is that so I'm just supposed to be her kid. Like, that was like the whole goal. Like, yep, that's about it. Is that enough? And he's like, yeah, that's enough. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
really good emotional impact.
Yeah. So every once in a while you get an episode like that, and you just kind of go like that, and like remember the first Stefani episode, and you go like, wow, this show really is next level. But then we go to another show like the one after, which is Doug Out, which is Connie's father, Doug. Who we just saw the voice actor back at Anime Central, Ian Sinclair. He comes to he's investigating in Beach City. He's investigating Funland. For those of you who don't know, he is not a cop. He is not a detective. He is actually a security guard. He might be the only security guard in fucking Beach City, because I don't know how Beach City's economy works.
I just no clue.
And he invites Steven and Connie to join him on the stakeout.
Because that's a good idea.
Okay, so one could argue that, okay, he just wants to see his kid to see what he does and be like, hey, this is what dad does. Like, you know, maybe have an adventure, and like, or maybe, you know, like, hey, we're gonna have it's gonna be like a stakeout, but he knows like, yeah, nothing's gonna happen. But then later in the episode, he has like, oh, I just wish that something would happen. I'm like, what you mean? You're an awful father.
You wanted to put your child in a dangerous situation so you could prove you were cruel to her.
Yes. Like, I'm like you. That is not good.
No.
That is not good, my friend.
It's pretty bad, actually.
That's not good at all. And then I remember like halfway through the episode where I was just like, okay, how much you want to bet it's onion?
No, we pretty much guessed that from the get-go.
Like, was there any amount I could bet you to be like, okay, 10 to 1 odds. Like, I say $1, like, no, 100 to 1 odds. I'll put in $1 and you get 100 if I'm wrong. It's onion. Be like, fuck it, I'm not losing $1.
Right? Fuck that. Keeping that dollar. Well, there's no one else in this show could be.
That pops up in the beginning of the episode, and it's just like, onion? Like, of course it's onion. Who else would it be?
But then it shows some kind of like weird shadow through the whole entire episode.
Yeah, because then we start to get this continuity of like people getting kidnapped, because it shows this big shadow at the end of it, and it looks like Onion gets in a little bit of trouble. So in the next episode, the good Lars, where the cool kids invite Steven, Lars, and Sadie to their potluck, and
because that's what they're doing, something grown up or something.
Well, they're like, okay, so I kind of like these cool kids because I kind of like the fact that I don't understand them at all.
No,
they make me feel so fucking old. Like, I'm 27. And when I watch these kids, they make me feel 40. Like,
get off my lawn.
See, it's kind of cool because what these parents would do is they'd have a potluck, and you know they bring food items, and it's kind of funny like how those kids like it's like, wait, so you're doing it ironically? Who has a potluck ironically? You fucking hipsters. And it's like, you're like, oh, I didn't bring, paper plates. Let me turn off the lights and throw glow sticks all over, because that means I don't have to do dishes. And I'm like, is that what kids do now when they're excited? Do they turn off the lights and throw glow sticks? How behind the times am I? I missed the whole glow stick phase.
Nick, you don't have the glow sticks?
No,
he doesn't know what the 3 shells do.
Travis and his young hip Travis, his goddamn 3 seashells. Fucking Demolition Man references. That'll make sure those the kids will get.
Yep.
So I like the fact that Lars is so insecure because he wants to be part of the cool crowd that he won't even bring his food over.
Well, we got a big reveal in this fact that found out that Lars likes to bake.
Okay, yes.
Lars is actually good at baking.
So yeah, Lars is good at baking, and that's interesting to me because it gives Lars a characteristic that, like, oh, he's good at something, and he's insecure about it because he doesn't, the one thing he's actually good at, he is actually even the most insecure about,
right.
Out of racked of many insecurities, because if he fails at that, like, what is he good at?
Plus, he doesn't think it seems cool enough.
And, the thing I like about it is that, the thing is that he chickens out at the very end of it, and he doesn't end up going to the potluck, but Sadie ends up going, even
and having a good time.
And Sadie ends up like, oh man, these guys are cool. And not like Lars thinks that they're cool, like whatever guy means cool, but they're actually kind of neat people to hang around with. And because she kind of gets it with them, where like they start making up a song called Potluck, where they're just singing the word potluck over and over again, and they're just making up the music as they go along, and then Sadie kind of joins in like potluck, and I'm like, okay, cool. I don't get this at all. I mean, I feel like I would be the most bored person ever at this party, but I feel good for Sadie because she's having
chilling.
Fun. I get like this whole get off my fucking lawn thing every time they go to that party. But yeah, that one ends with another ominous shadow thing, and we get the inclination that, oh shit, Lars got kidnapped as well, and or abducted or whatever the hell's going on. And then we get the "Are You My Dad" episode,
yes,
where they finally start to realize that Lars, Sadie, Onion, oh yeah, because Sadie got kidnapped in the other episode too, and Jamie the mailman, that they're like, oh, they've kind of gone missing, and that would mean that Onion's been missing for like a couple days.
Would you notice otherwise?
I don't know.
He probably does that on his own.
I feel like his family would care.
I think he does that on his own.
but anyway, I won't get into like, Onion's whole family dynamic because, well, who wants to begin with? Because that guy's freaky.
Yeah.
But yeah, they start to investigate the mystery of where the hell they ended up.
And this whole entire time, we're just wondering what the fuck the title of the episode means.
Yeah, and well, we see a gem. We finally see a new gem just come around, and she starts asking, "Are you my dad?" And I remember early in the episode, I was like, "Oh shit, she's a plant. She's abducting people, and she's not looking for her dad. She's looking for someone someone mentioned to her someone like, oh, like when a kid says, oh, my dad did this or my dad did that, she's looking for someone named she's looking for my dad because that's how gems name people, and she's looking to kidnap that fucking person. And I'm like, and there's only one dad around here that we know is very significant, which is freaking Greg. So I'm like, okay, she's looking for Greg. Like that's what's happening right now. So, and you know what? I love Connie in this episode too, if only just for this one line where she grabs up the leaves and she puts them in her face and kind of like lets them go into the wind. She's like, "Yep, there's wind." Just
great investigative work, Connie.
I love the fact that even they're investigating a serious fucking issue and they're still treating it like a fucking kids game. And I love the fact that when they do finally track down what's her name?
Aquamarine.
Yeah. And she's like, "Are you my dad?" And she asks Connie, "Oh, no." And it suddenly starts to it starts to dawn on them like, I don't think she gets the concept of what a dad is. And it's like, "I'm Connie. I found one. I found a Connie." Topaz! And then we see this big yellow chick come around and she's got this horrible Cronenberg monster of just everyone morphed into her. I'm like, whoa! And apparently she's a fusion that can fuse together and stick people inside her.
I mean, could more than just, is that something she can do, or is that just something every fusion can do that they've never tried?
I don't know. I guess I haven't seen anyone do it except for her.
Yeah.
It seems to be like it doesn't even seem like her fusion gets bigger at all.
I mean, a little bit, but
maybe that is her special ability. And later it did say that she keeps going on missions like this where there's always someone between her and her.
There's two Topaz, so they fuse together.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get into that later. What I like about the episode is that like Steven's like, okay, we got to mount up, we got to go save him. And we lead into the next episode, which is great because the previous episode is "Are you my dad?" and the next episode is "I am my mom." I love this show. So the Steven and the Gems have to go on a rescue mission to get from Aquamarine and Topaz, and Aquamarine's got this fucking magic wand thing that's super OP, and she's knocking people around, and Steven's like, okay, I don't know how to rescue everybody, so we'll try and rescue, but when that doesn't work, he ends up like sacrificing himself. Like, okay, if you let everybody go, I'll take their place. Like, what? We're supposed to get everybody. Like, why would make you so special? But it's like, because I'm Rose Quartz. I am my mom.
Well, this is after he admits that he is my dad to get on the ship in the first place.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Where it's like, I'm my dad. I'm not my dad. I'm my mom. Dun dun dun.
Like, wait, what? What kind of the Spanish sitcom is this? Like, what's going on here?
And Pearl is my second cousin twice removed. I don't know. And Aquamarine is such a little bitch.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the gems, it seems weird because you think like half the evil, like half the bad gems have turned to good guys. So it's kind of weird to see any of Gems that are not like that are completely kind of douchebags. Like the only ones we have are like Yellow Diamond and Jasper. That was her name. Yeah, she was pretty kind of a bitch. Aquamarine is so giddy about it though. Like she's
a bit of a sadist.
She's so excited about ruining people's days. So that leaves us into the start of season 5.
Well, actually, no, because like that episode finishes off with like their Steven sacrificed them, but we noticed that they had a little bit of a fight first. And like, we see Lars like be a little chicken ass bitch
and run off
to when Sadie needed his help.
Yeah, well, and then everyone ran off the ship, and we noticed that like, hey, where's Lars? So yeah, then because this show is weird about the release dates and their scheduling system, we start season 5 in the very next episode, which is Stuck Together, where Steven and Lars are stuck inside Topaz, and you know they kind of have this kind of heartfelt conversation where Steven is really nervous and he's he didn't like he's sacrificing himself for his friends and stuff, but he's really scared about what's gonna happen, and he kind of confides in Lars, and like Lars is like, look dude, I'm a professional, I'm being a scaredy little bitch, like it's cool, it's all right. Like no, it kind of more started off like Lars was like, I'm freaking out right now, like,
I'm scared and you're never scared.
How you're never scared, and it seems like I'm always scared. Always running around like, oh god, this is not a good idea.
Yeah, but it had to begin with Lars just being a petty ass bitch, where it's like, Lars, I need you to take off my pants. No, I'm not gonna do that. Lars, do you want to get off the ship?
Fine, I'll take off your pants.
Alright, now tie me to the lasso. I can't. Why not? They're on the ground. What? And it's not that, but you just want to strangle Lars. I'm like, I will kill you, and I have no remorse right now. You are so annoying.
Such a defeatist attitude. And I love about that is that we think Topaz is like this passive mute, and she's not listening.
Yeah.
But she does hear the conversation. She starts crying, like, that is so beautiful. I'm gonna help you out. I'm like, wow, how powerful is Steven's like ability to manipulate people's. No, he's an empath, dude.
It's even worse.
He manipulates emotions. And then I love that they get caught at the end. Like they get caught at the end of it, and he's like, "Oh crap!" Like, Aquamarine comes in and catches them because Steven has to like, no, I'm gonna still sacrifice myself because I gotta go and do that, and because he's all guilt tripped about his mom shattering Pink Diamond, which is a big thing for him. And Aquamarine catches them, is like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
And Topaz just keeps going like, "Well, it was so beautiful. It probably would help you heard the conversation."
Yeah, like you weren't here for it, but it was really nice. And then Steven's like, "Hey, you probably don't want to hurt people. You probably just mean because you're scared of people figuring out who you really are on the inside and rejecting you." And stuff.
And Aquamarine just gives them this dry look.
And Steve's like, okay, it doesn't work all the time. Okay, what do you want? Steve's like, okay, what do you want? I was on a rush time limit. These things.
My magic powers take time.
They can't all be winners, all right? And I love it because it's kind of like the show being a little self-aware, like, okay, this time Steven just did not have enough time to manipulate people, like okay, fine, fuck it. So yeah, they end up not escaping, and then the next episode is the trial, where Yellow and Blue Diamond put Steven on trial for what Rose Quartz did, and he gets his own Zircon as an attorney.
Who was apparently also, like, is going to be shattered if he fails to defend Steven.
She did have that line of, like, both our gems are on the line. I'm like, what a shitty defense system.
Yeah.
I don't want to defend, like, it'll make you a public defense pretty,
like, it's already could be shitty if it's like, I was forced to take this job, but I was forced to take this job and I could die if I fail it.
Yeah, I don't want to share the penalty with the people I'm defending. Like, it would make me fight hard for them, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I did like the, like, man, this is a bad case for me. It's like, well, I did do it. Like, don't say that, please.
Whatever you do, don't say that.
And then I love it because he's like, yeah, I did it. I shattered Pink Diamond. Okay, how'd you do it? I don't know. Probably, like, I did some cool moves, and then she probably did some stuff, and then I probably was like, hey, you gotta stop, and then she was like, no, and then, I probably used Mom's sword to do it. and it's just like, okay, yeah, he's not coming across as like probably like what are you doing?
Well, and this whole entire time, Yellow Diamond is just all ready to like, yeah, we don't care, let's just shatter him. And she's like trying to rush this along as fast as possible.
Yeah, and then the Zircon that he's defending him has a brainwave, and is like, I think I might understand something. Like, why is it so important for them to understand why you did it? Or at least for Blue Diamond, why? Like, and it's like, the reason you're curious about why he did it is because it really doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it. The fact that and I didn't know this before, but Rose Quartz, Shattered Pink Diamond 100 years after the war started.
Yeah, they never were very clear on it.
I always kind of thought that that's how the war kind of almost started. That was early in the war. And because it's like, yeah, all Rose Quartzes were gone at this point. There was no one that could have been an inside job with her. She would have had to jump like from from her palanquin, like, and she would have been surrounded by guards. She would have had her pearl at her side. There was a lot of obstacles to get through there. It's hard to believe that Rose would have gotten in there, shattered Pink Diamond, and gotten out of there unscathed. It's weird to think that unless it's an inside job. And then Zircon goes like, and if you think of it as an inside job, there's only like a couple gems that have the authority to kind of cover it up afterwards. And they're kind of here in this room, and she gets like, and it was one of you.
She gets all in the moment.
She's too like a few good men, or like, you know, or Courage Under Fire about it. Like I'm just like, and you, oh shit, like she's too lawyer room drama caught up in herself. Like, I'm so sorry, I got super carried away about it, and then Yellow Diamond starts poofing people.
Yep,
and Steven and Lars are like, okay, yeah, it's about time that we got the fuck out of here, because this shit's gotten crazy. So they escape in the episode off colors.
They actually hijacked Blue Diamond's palanquin because the Zircon had summoned it to prove a point.
Yeah, and that's interesting. So they jump off on the spider robot, which I love spider robots. Don't get me wrong, I like a good spider robot. And yeah,
except in westerns.
Yeah, and well, yeah, Wild Wild West, this is not. And so they're running around on Homeworld, and we get to see Homeworld for the first time. Homeworld seems kind of neat. It seems kind of like a weird, like, even more colorful version of San Francisco. Like, it's just like pretty lights and like weird shapes of architecture.
And all the gays.
And all the gays are here. Speaking of gays, we run into a couple of more fusions and stuff. Where Lars and Steven, and I kind of like, you are starting to get more on Lars' side as the episodes go on, because Lars gets decidedly less whiny.
Yeah.
And he actually starts to like try and contribute, and if at least not just be like, hey, let's get the fuck out of here, like, go, let's go, and like he's, you know, trying to be a little more proactive, even if he's in this very alien situation.
But they start getting chased by these weird eyeball robots that scan for gems.
And what's great too is that Lars has the idea, like, if we don't move, it won't see us. I saw that in a movie.
And you immediately just go, Lars, you're so dumb. Why?
And then he's like, I think that movie had... Then after it doesn't work and they get exploded away, he's like, wait, I think that movie had dinosaurs in it.
But then we found out that actually it would have worked for Lars.
Yes, it actually... The dumb thing about it is that as stupid as the plan was, it actually would have worked if it was just Lars and not Steven, because he's got the gem. So yeah, they find a bunch of other off-color gems, or their word for like defective or undesirables, basically. And yeah, that's try and figure out what that metaphor is about.
Yeah.
So, and they're living in hiding in Gem Society. We have like I forget what all their names are, but we have basically a Sapphire, but she's not a Sapphire, she's something else, but she's got like Sapphire abilities of seeing stuff, but only stuff that is happening or has recently happened. So she's not very useful at all.
No, she's pretty much useless because it seems that she's too busy seeing things that are currently happening to function.
Yeah, we have another fusion between two gems. We have a split off gem where like there's two gems kind of combined together, and they're like conjoined twins.
But they're not an actual fusion.
No, and they're actually voiced by two completely different people. So that's kind of neat. And then we have a giant like
Caterpillar.
Like, it reminded me of the caterpillar from
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, like, who are you? Like, even that slow speak. And apparently there are like 6 gems together, and 7 if the right gem comes along. And it's like, oh, so is this their symbol for a polyamorous relationship?
Yeah,
because that's kind of neat. Yeah. And I kind of like that she talks really slow too, because you can kind of configure like, oh, maybe because there's like so many, fusions in there, like maybe they're like a Geth consensus of like they have to like really coordinate about like what they're gonna say, like they all kind of decide on it. Like maybe it's like there's so much stuff going on there processing wise, like it's just like they're all talking to each other, like when a bunch of computers kind of talk to each other, and sometimes it'll take a long time for it to like rebuff or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's really interesting.
Although that still kind of makes me curious on my theory of how diamonds are formed.
I don't know. I think diamonds, I think there's like, okay, we'll get into theories later because I want to get into theories, but I have a theory about diamonds. Which I know I have like a theory about this kid show, like there's like it's this grand conspiracy, like it's like fucking Lost, but I love this show so much that like I can't stop thinking about it. So yeah, Lars gets a heroic moment in this one because he realizes like, holy shit, the things can't see me, so he decides to shield other gems with his body. He takes a fucking giant ass rock and
starts beating him,
and starts beating the shit out of him, and it's like, go Lars, all right, yeah, go Lars. And then he finally like gets on top of the last one. That shit blows up, and Lars gets hurled into a wall. And I know it's the kids show and everything, and like it's had violence in it before. They fight each other. This one might have been like he hits that wall in a way where I'm just like, damn, like that. I don't know. I don't know what was different about it. Maybe it was the speed.
I also think cause, like all the sound stops too. Or
that's because he hits and there's the impact sound, and then there's like it all is quiet, like it's dead silent, and it's just the way that it's shot is just like it feels like fuck. That felt like really big. He's got this scar in his eye or whatever, and yeah, he falls. Steven like checks his heartbeat and starts crying, and you're kind of like, oh shit. And then he cries, and his tears bring Lars back to life.
Yeah, because Lars died.
And yeah, let's not be, and we're not being speculative about that, or like, oh shit, like they implied Lars died. They actually say that, Lars, I brought you back to life with my tears. And then Lars goes, I was away from life. So Lars died.
Yep, that happened.
Lars died, and now he is a pink gem zombie. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
And so, okay, there's a lot to unpack there. Okay, 1, Steven is no longer emotional Jesus. He's just actually Jesus.
Does that make Rose God?
I think Rose, like, okay, so Rose may not be God, but she's definitely, like, I thought she was just a paladin, rather, because, she's this warrior healer, because that was a big thing, is she's healer, and then, but now, she brings dead shit back to life.
Yeah.
And remember when she can make plants like living beings? She has control over sentient life. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is a lot of responsibility to put on a child.
Yeah.
Hey, you have control over death. Good luck with that. I mean, I thought Aang had a rough deal with being the Avatar. Like, hey, you're responsible for the world and humanity and just keeping that shit on track.
Hey.
But he didn't have to bring dead people back to life and figure out the order of who lives and who dies.
Steven wanted to know his grand purpose. Apparently it's controlling entropy.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, we'll come back to that because we can't get too into that because we'll be on that for like a whole episode of itself of just the morality of Steven's newfound ability to raise the dead. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Lars comes back, and Lars could have easily been not cool about it. Like, oh shit, I'm pink now. This always happens when I'm with you. Fuck you, Steven. This is exactly why I don't hang out with you. But no. because this show is not a typical show where they would do that, and you'd go like, okay, yeah, no, this show is like, no, we're gonna make you like Lars, and here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna make Lars into a sympathetic character for the last 2 episodes because he's in a bad situation, he's in an alien situation, and he's not even like Steven where he's half gem, where this shit kind of makes sense to him.
Right.
No.
He has no idea what's going on.
He is us in that situation, and we cannot help but sympathize with Lars because we can't help but put ourselves in Lars' shoes like that. And what happens in the previous episode? He does what we like to think we would do in a stressful situation where we're immune to something, and the robots are homing on gems, but we get an immunity because we don't have a gem. He does the thing we all like to think we would do, and he doesn't run off. He jumps in, he shields people to protect them, and he uses his advantage to shield others with at a disadvantage.
Also, the shield that Steven has apparently is reflective too.
Also that, because it's rad and like even like better than Captain America's shield. Like it's like even better than vibranium because it's like this crazy magical pink super energy where it can just change sizes and stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna get on the shield or whatever, but like the shield is like the best weapon on this show because the shield is like, it's like a projectile weapon. It's got the coolest like fucking design on it because it's got this cool rose like thorn thing on it, and it like changes sizes, and it can become solid. It's like it's Wolverine's claws too because it can schnicked out from like anywhere. Only it's not schnicked because we don't murder people in this show. It's more like,
well, we murdered one guy.
So yeah, but no, Lars, he goes like, holy shit, you brought me back to life, dude. That is amazing. Like, I can't believe that. Like, I am really indebted to you. And then we get this next thing, and which is that I forget who touches Lars' hair. Is it him or is it?
I think Steven does.
Yeah, or Steven does. And whoa, shit, what was that? And then it's like, oh my god, I think you might be like a lion. Okay, I'm gonna try something weird.
We're gonna go in your head. You're gonna possess me again? No, like, more literal this time.
Yeah, and then you remember like, oh shit, yeah, that's right, that happened. Yep. They switch bodies. So he goes inside Lars's hair, figures out that he's now created another portal into his mom's fucking weird dimension thing, and he pops out a lion's head on the other side. And I love the look on Lion's face, like, the fuck is that?
I was not expecting that.
I was just taking a goddamn nap, and what the fuck with this adolescent just pops out of my fucking head. What the fuck is this? And I love, and then even like super small shit, like when you're really thirsty and you go and you grab a glass of water and you're just like, oh yeah, and then you pour yourself a little more after that, and then get that little after it. Steven does that, and it's such a fucking relatable moment where he's just like, oh, I was so thirsty, I love this, and he packs up food, and he, to his credit, he doesn't even stick around. He's just like, okay, I gotta grab food, and I gotta get back to Lars to make sure he's got food, and we can rescue everybody there. And he brings it back, and then Lars is like, not really hungry. We've been kind of abducted for days. You sure you're not hungry? Yeah, maybe I got pink magic in my guts. And I'm like, oh shit, Lars doesn't need to eat. And then they do check for his heartbeat. It's super slow.
It's there.
So I'm like, okay, couple red flags. I mean, we won't yell zombie right away, but...
Pig zombie!
Pig zombie. Like, there's bigger fish to fry right now, but we'll come back to this probably. My god, that's such an interesting episode. That one's Lars, like, the episodes is just Lars' head, because apparently there's not a clever thing, just like, no, this is just the Lars' head episode. And, this one might have one of my favorite endings too, because they realize, like, well, Lars is a portal now, but he can't go through the portal. Right. So,
I'm still not sure if that's true or not, because, I mean, what would happen if they just cut off his hair?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how the hair portal works.
So you just cut it off and, like, lay on the ground and just have him walk through it? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like it needs to be connected to its living host in order for it to work.
But is he alive?
But I think he is in possession of the... Look, we're not going to get into the fucking science of this fucking teleporting lion mane pink hair thing, okay? They have pink hair and it teleports people. I don't know how the exact science works on it. I don't think that you can shave Lars's like head into like a toupee thing and have it be like, because then you could set up like a bunch of different portals and just keep growing his hair. But I think it needs to be attached to a zombie host of rose quartz. I don't know. Otherwise there would be a lot of portals. Like Lion can't be the only one like rose quartz brought back to life, right?
I mean, did you see any other islands?
I don't know how big that fucking area is.
True.
Although he did create a new one, and it did kind of like pop up like, hey, here's a new tree like right here. I love it because Lars comes in at the end of it, and he's like, okay, Steven, you gotta go, and because you're not gonna be safe as long as you're here. They're hunting you, and you gotta get out of here and mount up a rescue with everybody else, and then you can come get me. And all the other gems are like, yeah, we'll stick with Lars because he won't make it if he's just here by himself. So we'll stick with him and we'll help him out. And I liked it because Lars says the one thing you need him to say for you to fully get on his side.
Yeah.
And it's impossible not to get on his side after it, because he says what he says is like, okay, Steven, you gotta go back. You're always trying to help me. You never have been anything but nice to me. You brought me back to life. Let me be someone who actually deserved it. And when he says that, you immediately know, like, Lars gets it.
Yep.
And that's all we've ever wanted, is for Lars to get it. Like, to get, like, what's going on around him, like, what's going on with Steven, like, what Steven's trying to do. And with that, like, 3 lines, that, like, just that 3 sentences, you understand that Lars understands. And it's just like, yeah, we're on the same page, Lars. Bring it in, brother. You're a Crystal Gem now. You're part of the team.
I mean, a zombie affiliate, but whatever.
Yeah. And it's kind of like I'm almost mad that they made me like Lars. I'm actually fucking furious.
Well, it is funny because, like, in a previous episode, the one where we learned to be baking, I literally, when we were watching it, turned to you and, like, I grabbed the remote and went, alright, it's a Lars episode. Here's the clicker. No one will blame you.
That Family Guy joke has never been more appropriate.
Right?
And, yeah, it was funny. I mean, I thought about that. I actually laughed about that joke, like, a couple days afterwards. Like, that's funny. And then I saw the Lars head episode. I'm like, oh my god, if we had only known.
If we'd only known.
Well, it's kind of like Game of Thrones, where everyone's telling you, like, oh, you hate Jaime Lannister now, but, you know, you'll like him later. Like, you can't help but like him. And in this one, it's just like, god damn it. It proves to me that you can set up a character, have him even be the least liked character on the show.
Well, Ronaldo still exists.
Oh yeah, that's right, Ronaldo. We still have Ronaldo for that, so he can take all the flack that Lars can probably no longer get. And I don't know, it feels completely natural. You feel like, yeah, Lars went through a lot of shit in the last 3 or 4 episodes.
And died.
And he fucking died. It might change your perspective on things. And even before that, he nutted up, he manned up, and he fucking got proactive about stuff. And that's what it's hard to not root for a proactive character that is actively trying to make stuff better for not only themselves, but for other people.
Especially for other people.
Yeah, it's really hard not to get behind that. You have at least I assume most people have this innate feeling of wanting to get behind the greater good of, like, defending others that are defenseless. And if you have the opportunity to be a good person, that you take it. Like, even if, like, you know, you've missed that chance every other time it's come up in your life, there's always the chance that the next time it comes around, you can grab it and you'll be redeemed. And I know it's just a kid show and that it's just Lars, like, it's not even the biggest subplot on this kid show, but it's like, it's an encapsulation of why I really like this show. Because even with this small sub character that has been, like, I have not known the purpose of this character until these episodes, where it's been like, no, the point of this character is that it might take someone a long time, like even like someone you might not even like or even agree with all the time, but even they have a chance to come around and really understand like not only other people around them, but deep within themselves.
Right.
Like Lars understands himself in that episode and like understands that I want to be someone that's worth like, and even like I want to be someone that's worth the amount of friendship that Steven has shown me. And I want to be someone that has not, because he offers up like, oh, everyone get in my hair and get back to Earth because it's beautiful and it's got seagulls or whatever he says, and it's like he says like I didn't appreciate it when I had the chance. Don't make my mistake. Go in there and do it. And it's even played up for laughs too, but that is an important moment for him and his character too. Yep. Of just like, no, like, hey, this is my chance to be selfless because this is like the last good thing I can do before I die on this fucking planet.
Well, it's basically just saying like, yeah, everyone can have a redemption arc.
Yeah, and I love that. That's so fucking that's awesome. I mean, I'm sure some of the other gems probably won't. like but I like that it's represented in the fact that like this show is always the ultimate in optimism of like, you know, Steven has always giving Lars a chance after chance. And we as an audience have always gone like, God, Steven, why can't you just give up on this guy? He's never gonna get it. He'll never be your friend. He's not like,
he's kind of an asshole.
I remember having the thought, Lars isn't worth it. And then the show proves to me that I was wrong. Like no one's not worth it. And that was like, wow, this show actually made me look inside of like a thing that I thought about not only this character but basically people in general, and when like, hey, don't be so quick to write anybody off. Yeah. Like you shouldn't be quick to write like almost anybody, because no matter what, that person has something to offer. You just might not know it yet, and even if they might not realize it yet. But hey, you might be there for that person when they do realize it, and that's important. And I don't know, like that really stuck with me for like the last couple days. Like ever since we watched it, I was just like, God, that's such a good fucking message. Yeah, it is. And I really liked it. And I don't know, it makes me feel warm and tingly on the inside of just like, man, good for Lars, you know?
He only had to die to become a good person.
Well, okay, so theories.
Oh, God.
Let's get into theories.
Well, we have one more little moment to talk about for this episode's end.
Oh, yeah,
they send Steven back, and then Steven walks in, like no one else is home. All the crystal gems plus Connie and Greg like pop out of the portal, and just Portal's freaking out, pacing the bedroom, and of course just like muttering to herself like, "Hi, Steven." And then, like, all realize Steven's there, and she's like, I'm home, and they all do a big group hug where they're all crying, and I'm like, wow, thank you.
Some good stuff right there. You realize, like, how long Steven has been gone, and it's how long we haven't seen the gems for a couple episodes, so that it's really nice, actually. So, yeah, that means we're all cut up, like, oh man, these shows, they drop on, like, they take so long, and then they drop all on us all at once. I feel like, man, we've been talking about this for almost an hour already.
Yep.
But quickly, theories. I've got them.
Okay.
You probably got some. All right. Who do you want to share?
Well, I've told you my main one, where it's the idea about how diamonds and how they're formed, and like they're really secretive, hush hush about it. Like, what if diamonds are formed through a series of fusions, like put under high pressure?
Sure.
Because, well, that's kind of almost what they were doing with the cluster.
Oh, yeah. I'm wondering if the cluster wasn't the attempt to make a new pink diamond.
A pink diamond, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so, I like that theory, but I also kind of like the theory that the diamonds are the most pure race, and that they're the fucking Aryans of the thing. But I also like that being the propagating propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
Diamonds are so pure, but then we'll find out in this the later that they're actually a fucking bunch of fusions.
And they're just they have just so much power that they were able to cover it up.
Yeah, and then they're, maybe even Yellow Diamond's kind of ashamed of it. Like, ooh, that'd be kind of cool. But then again, like, all the other fusions have had multiple limbs and stuff. But I guess Connie and Steven don't, but then they're like half human. Okay, I won't get into the like logic of like fusions or whatever. But
Garnet only has regular limbs.
Yeah, but she has 4 eyes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, or 3 eyes. She has
3 eyes.
Yeah, because between the two of them, they got 3. Normally all the fusions have at least one extra, like, about a part. So, yeah, I know I got my theory is, okay, so Yellow Diamond is pretty obviously the murderer of Pink
Most
Diamond.
likely.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where it's going. So, what I think that means is that Rose Quartz during her 100-year war, through her, which I'm assuming is a hereditary trait, her ability to beat the nice into people, which is like, you hang enough around Steven enough, and you open up emotionally and get through your issues and stuff. I think she gets through to Pink Diamond, and they end up like trying to negotiate a truce or whatever, and like, okay, yeah, maybe Earth has some stuff to offer, and that Yellow Diamond gets wind of that and is like, oh fuck that, I ain't gonna do that. But she doesn't have the authority because all the diamonds seem to be kind of like sovereign nations unto themselves,
right?
So she probably doesn't have the authority to like stop that. If Pink Diamond makes a truce, Earth seems like it's her planet, so like, oh, I don't think there's a lot like Yellow or Blue could do about it. So yeah, are there only the other two diamonds?
As far as we know.
I think that's the only ones we know about. But, yeah, so I think that's what caused Yellow Diamond to turn on Pink. Just like, okay, I gotta take care of this, and fuck all those humans for making me do this sort of thing. Or, so another theory, Rose, here's a whacked out theory,
okay?
Right? Okay, so this same truce thing applies, but Pink also understands the idea of fusion and wants to fuse with Rose Quartz. And Yellow Diamond was digging on Pink, and like they had a really close relationship. And Yellow Diamond gets wind of this Rose Quartz thing, and is like, you're gonna cheat on me with a fucking traitor, and kills her out of jealousy. Because that's the only thing is that I kind of like, ooh, I like the emotion behind that, rather than just like, oh, you were going to betray me for a political reason. It feels a little cold for Steven Universe.
Yellow Diamond's kind of cold.
Yeah, well, I kind of like the fact that that would give her a real emotional punch to her character. But that one's kind of a way kind of outside the box, because that would require a couple plot gymnastics that I don't know about. So... yeah, and then here's a crazy theory for me, is that, okay, so what if the reason that Lars is so cool about being a pink zombie creature, and well, he's not super cool about it, he still freaks out, but overall he's kind of cool about it. What if the reason is that he's more easily subtly manipulated by Steven's obvious fucking empathy powers?
Could be.
Because he is now under the direct influence of pink fucking zombie magic.
I mean, he's basically Steven's thrall.
Yeah, and you think about it, Lion's kind of an asshole, right? So Lion is kind of like a regular cat, doesn't want to do shit, but still hangs with them, still does stuff for them, seemingly like at random.
Well, no, sometimes when Steven asks.
But, yeah, exactly. What if Lion doesn't have complete control in that say of when Steven asks stuff? Like,
that'd be really fucked up for Steven.
I wanna go back to the episodes and see the wording of when he asks stuff.
Would you kindly do this?
Like, hey, when Lion didn't listen to him, was it because he didn't give him a direct order? Like, if it was just a suggestion, or maybe it was an abstract question that Lion couldn't answer, or because it's only a direct thing? Okay, so this is all way more sinister than this show will ever get, because this is crazy conspiracy theory right now. But
well, so let's not forget that. That means that Lion's a dead lion.
Lion's a dead lion. That is 100% accurate. Lion was dead at one point, and Rose brought him back.
For what reason, we don't know.
Okay, so here's another thing that I'm pretty sure has happened, is that Rose figured out, like, oh, I can bring dead shit back to life. That is not good. That makes me God. I don't want that responsibility. I have to keep this a secret from everybody. That's why no one knows about Lion. That's why no one knows about her ability to raise people from the dead, because otherwise she's responsible for everyone's death, because she can bring anyone back at any time they die. And perceivably, I don't know, keep them immortal.
Yeah.
Maybe Lars is fucking immortal now. He doesn't need to eat. Does Lion need to eat? Does Lion, like, how old is Lion?
Oh.
I think Lion might be immortal. I think Lars just became an immortal pink zombie creature.
I don't know how he's going to explain that to Sadie.
It's going to be a weird conversation. Okay? I mean, we're going to have to get through it at some point, but I think, I don't know.
But their children be zombies?
Look, there's always the, you know, Deus Ex Machina of we could, you know, become human again. I mean, I don't know how.
Yeah.
I feel like transformation via tear healing into a pink gem zombie creature feels a little irreversible to me. I feel like if you reverse that, I feel like the death thing probably happens.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, seems kind of dark if we kind of, maybe not too dark, because he's still alive. I mean, he's now immortal and doesn't have to eat. He's kind of like a vampire. I don't know, it's a little weird for a kid's show to make that permanent of a change to a character. Then again, maybe he has superpowers now. He's basically a human teleporter.
True.
He's a human tool. But, oh shit, maybe he's got other things, because Lion can fucking, like, roar at people. Wonder if Lars can whine at people at high frequencies. Okay, we gotta stop. We're at the 2 hour mark now.
Okay.
We gotta cut it out because I could go about this all day. I'm like, okay, now I'm just thinking about weird fucking magic zombie powers that Lars has.
Save it for next time.
We're gonna have to do it another, because we will do another Steven Universe episode.
I'm sure we will.
Before this year is done, we will do another Steven Universe episode. So yes, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you let us know in the comments section below on our website, unapologeticgeekout.com, or on our YouTube channel, since these episodes now go up on our YouTube channel, which is pretty cool. And if you would like to help out the podcast at all, you can do so by give us those likes on Facebook, likes on the YouTube channels as well. Maybe subscribe. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher. We're up on both of those. You can give us a 5-star review on iTunes. It really helps with the podcast with visibility and stuff. And if you will give us a review, we will read it on the air word for word. So if you want to give me your theory in the review of what you think Zombie Lars' new abilities are, love to hear it. Love to hear new theories on what that crazy...
Hair portal shurikens.
Hair portal shurikens. Okay, I'd watch that. I'd watch that, okay? Yeah, actually, you could say anything in the form of hair... like magical hair teleporting anything, and I will watch it. Hair teleporting toasters. Watch it. Hair teleporting halibut. Watch it. But yes, definitely give us those reviews. They really help us out. If you would like to get into contact with us, ask us a question, maybe, talk some more Steven Universe with us, because I am always ready to talk about Steven fucking Universe.
You will.
To a psychotic degree, really. Like, it's unhealthy. I'm seeing a doctor about it, but she is a gem, so I'm thinking that it might be in my own head. You can give us an email at unapologeticgeekout@gmail.com. Message us on, Facebook or maybe on Twitter at UGO Podcast. Hey, follow our Instagram. We got some great Steven Universe cosplayers at our previous con you can check out. That's also at UGO Podcast.
They're adorable with their hot dogs.
They're so adorable. We got the baseball episode, which is, I really, all of the episodes, the ones that really stick out to me are like those types of episodes. I love the baseball one. But yes, with that, I think we can wrap this one up. So we are on Apology Geek Out, and we're out.
If I could begin to be half of what you think of me, I could do